Hey, it's Sam. Based on your feedback, I've decided to make a few incisive and short videos to show you what I'm going to be covering in the upcoming Ascendant course specifically, and I'm going to be obviously teaching you some of these methods very quickly. They'll be about 4 or 5 minute long videos that give you snapshots of how this approach works, and I'm going to be focused on basically the ruling planet of each of the ascending signs. And of course, as you remember from the other videos, when we look at the ascendant and when we look at astrology in this holistic way, one sign is not just one sign, it's that place in relationship to every other one, and this holistic approach brings together planets, signs, and houses in a very organic way. So in this first video, I'm going to be talking about this first step and really dialing in your focus toward each of the ascending signs. The first thing that you want to really understand is the ruling planets and its nature, and also the sign gender. So you want to understand that each one of the signs is an expression of the planet, and you want to know that, for instance, Aries is the nature of Mars in the masculine way. So it's masculine Mars. The masculine nature of Mars is Aries. The feminine quality of Venus is Taurus. The masculine nature of Mercury is Gemini. So you can take those two things at first to understand in a very sort of focused and concentrated way what each of the signs are embodying. And then, of course, all of the other houses from there are also affirmed by the planets as house rulers, but so we don't get too dispersed and distracted in these videos, I'm just going to focus on the ruling planet to give a very concentrated look into each of the ascendants and each of the ruling planets. So whatever your rising sign is, Vedic rising sign, you want to understand that you are an embodiment of that planet expressing itself in a masculine or feminine way. Let's say it's, well, I'll just go through all of them. I said Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Cancer is the feminine nature of the moon. The moon only has a feminine nature. Leo is the masculine nature of the sun. The sun only has a masculine nature. And then Virgo is the feminine reflective quality of Mercury, whereas you remember Gemini was the masculine nature. And then Libra is the masculine nature of Venus. Masculine means the assertive, expressive, active quality. Then Scorpio is the feminine, reflective quality of Mars, the psychological, emotional quality of Mars. And remember, Aries was the masculine nature, Scorpio is the feminine nature of Mars. And then Sagittarius is the masculine nature of Jupiter, meaning the way Jupiter expresses himself externally. Externally, it's very related to Sagittarius. Internally and reflective is Pisces. So then Capricorn is the reflective feminine quality of Saturn, how Saturn's energy reflects upon itself. Aquarius is the masculine nature of Saturn, how Saturn expresses himself externally. And Pisces, as I said, is the feminine reflective quality of Jupiter. Now the document you have shows the different attributes of the planets. If you're a little bit shaky on that, then you can just see where it says, you know, for instance, the sun, soul's energy, confidence, consistency. Skip down to Mars where it says keywords: physical strength, focus, opinions, aggression, logic, discipline, reckless, friends, brothers. So again, for Aries, it's a expressive quality of those things. For Scorpio, it's an internal reflective, so it's internal strength. For Scorpio, internal focus, internal opinions, internal aggression, which could be like emotional aggression, emotional opinions, emotional focus. You can understand that masculine has to do with active and related to actions, and the feminine has to do with internal or emotional attributes, just like Mercury, speech and communication skills, intellect, dexterity, equanimity. Through Gemini, it's externally. So it's external communication and speech. External skills, external intellect, external dexterity and equanimity. Outer. Through Virgo, it's internal, reflective. So it's internal speech and communication. What we're communicating emotionally to ourselves. What are we saying? The voice in our head. Internal skills, internal intellect. So it's good for things that have to do with internalizing Mercury energy, which has to do maybe with writing and other things like that. One is outer communication, one is inner. So you can take that framework through all of the signs. Of course, look at your sign and just take those two things. Take the nature of the planet, you can use those keywords there, and whether it's masculine or feminine. Of course, masculine is about external and active, actively oriented toward actions, and feminine is more toward feeling and psychology and reflection. And as you can also see here, I'm offering a special on the course if you wanted to still get it and save a little bit of money. Some people also told me that they didn't care about all the extra bonuses. So one of the things that I've done is taken away some of the bonuses, so you could still get the course, and you can still get the first module of the certification course, but you don't have the extra bonuses. So if that's interesting to you, you want to also check it out. But you want to make sure and sign up because time is not unlimited. The class is starting very soon. So look for the next video in the next day or so, where I go over the second step after we learn the ruling planet's nature and the sign gender. Then we're going to move into the next sort of complexity that can help you really focus in on the ascendant. So thanks a lot.